afternoon. Welcome back. Thanks for listening today, folks. We've been talking about note investing with Chi and covered basically your due diligence and the process for kind of getting into this, how to find notes so far. So there's a lot of aspects to this. You need a team, you need to know who to talk to. But I think maybe one of the most intimidating things for folks out there, certainly I feel this way, is if I'm going to have to select my attorney to work with, how do I do that? What do I ask? How does that work for you?
Yeah. So, gosh, when I first got started, I just word of mouth, like any other
Yo,
thing in life.
sure.
Where's good coffee? Who's a good babysitter? Ask your friends.
Absolutely. Hmm.
So I just asked my friends in the investing space, hey, who do you use in Texas or who do you use in California? Keep in mind that a lot of these attorneys are very specific in the states that they represent. They're not nationwide.
Okay.
Because
Sure.
without investing, one of the hardest things for people to wrap their heads around is the amount of differences in laws from state to state, not only state to state, but actually county to county, city to city, jurisdiction to jurisdiction.
Really, it's that
So
granular.
it is so granular. And you have
Incredible.
one bankruptcy attorney, or sorry, one bankruptcy judge be completely different from another bankruptcy judge in the
Uh-huh.
same county. And so
Oh no.
you get so detailed. And so choosing an attorney might not be as difficult as you think because there's only a handful of attorneys that might represent Texas, and then a handful of attorneys that represent foreclosure for lenders on the lender side
Hmm.
in California. It's a very specialized situation. I mean, notes in general is such a specialized industry. So
Indeed, yeah.
everybody in there is specialized. So you only have a handful of choices for each state that you go to. But basically after that, you can actually go on USFN. I think it's usfn.org. They list all the foreclosure attorneys for lenders. And then I actually just called each one of them for each state and then followed up with emails. I mean, it took a while. And then I would get on the phone with them again. And once you know what you're talking about, it's pretty easy for you to recognize whether or not somebody else on the other line knows what they're
Hmm.
talking about.
Okay.
And it's the whole like know, like, and trust thing.
Hmm. Right. Networking at its core.
Mhm.
Yeah. Is there any particular questions you recommend a new investor asking an attorney?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's another great question. I would ask, how long does it take you to get the notice of demand out? What does your foreclosure timeline look like? Obviously, there's a different foreclosure timeline for each state, but some attorneys just take longer than others. When you ask those sort of questions, they're kind of put on high alert off the bat that you're somebody that looks at timelines. If
Got
I
it.
ask you to get a notice of demand out for a borrower who is delinquent, I want you to get that notice of demand out within 48 hours. The notice of demand does not take much time. It's a templated thing. All they change is the name, the
Mm,
address, the amount that's delinquent, and when it's due.
got it.
Um, yeah,
Okay. And that's not something you can do yourself?
you could actually, I think some people do it and some people's
Uh-huh.
services do it for them, but no, we just like to keep it simple because here's the thing, a notice of demand is $150. You pay
Hmm.
they pay the attorney $150, maybe sometimes 175, 200. It has the attorney letterhead on it.
That's
And there's
powerful.
something about having an attorney's
Yep.
letterhead on a piece of paper that makes people respond to it because the reality is there's so many scams out there these days.
Sure.
There's a bunch of elderly people, like honestly, my father gets scammed things thrown at him all the time. So
Oh
if you
no.
can have an attorney letterhead on there with a phone number that they can call and
Hmm.
they can look you up online, look up their attorney online, then they feel like they can trust it, they know it's real. And a lot of the times I didn't put this out there before, but I got into the industry because it fit with my nonprofit background in the sense that I thought that I could help borrowers stay in their home while also
I
earning
see.
for myself. When I start a foreclosure process on a borrower, I don't typically want to foreclose on them. I really want them to stay there. I just want them to come to the table
Right.
and make
You're
a
actually there to solve the problem, not take the property.
yeah, make an effort to like solve
Hmm.
the problem with me. Exactly.
Okay. Wow. That's really great information.
Hmm.
So if folks want to know more, how can they get a hold of you?
Oh, well, you can find more information about me and I guess the fund that I'm now running is 70 Investments. So the number 7, the letter E as in Echo,
Uh-huh.
investments.com. You can also email me. or find me on LinkedIn. But my email is Chi, that's C as in Charlie, H as in Hotel, I as in India, at the number 7, the letter E, investments.com.
Okay, that's awesome. Do you have any programs? Are you teaching or anything like that?
I don't, but I am presenting at
You
SDCIA
are
in
presenting, yeah.
August. So
I'm really looking forward to having you there.
yeah, it'll be fun.
Very cool. All right. Well, I think a major component of this is education, and that's what I try to do at SDCAA and with real estate investment associations. So, um, aside from SDCAA, what were some of the note-specific clubs that you were mentioning earlier again?
San Diego Cash Flow Investors in San Diego, obviously run by Kathleen Nguyen, and I don't know if they're still meeting, but NSDREI, North San Diego Real Estate Investors Association. Bill Tan runs a really great RIA, LA RIA. He meets on Zoom.
And he's got a great calculator class. It's so quintessential to evaluating deals.
I would say yes. You need, if you're thinking about getting to know investing, you have to take Bill Tan's financial calculator class. His creative strategies and creative financing classes are amazing as well. Those, don't sleep on those. Those are amazing.
You can't sleep with Bill Tan teaching.
No, you cannot. He calls you out all day. It's great. And Diversified Mortgage Expo is good. And then once people get to the higher level, if you start a fund or something, you'd want to go to the IMN conferences. So
okay, awesome. That's fantastic. Thanks so much for being here. I really truly enjoyed this conversation. I learned a ton, and I hope everybody listening out there, if you found some of this interesting, maybe you got inspired, come check out these other organizations. SDCA is found at sdca.com. We meet the second Tuesday of every month. We have a room full of investors who are happy to help you get started and teach. So I'm really looking forward to Chi presenting in August as well. And with that,
yay.
thanks for listening, everybody. This has been the Real Men of Real Estate here on KCAA Radio, where every Sunday, third Sunday at 1 p.m. And we will look forward to talking to you next month. Thanks for tuning in.